Corporal Wisdom returned from the duchy to the outpost that sat on the border crossing between New Hamptonshire and West Ilmington. He knew something was amiss. Tencha had endowed him with the ability to know. For his flock, for his herd, would not be led astray by any wolves, not while they sat under his watchful eye. But he'd been gone now for several days, visiting with the Duchess and discussing matters of statecraft. The Duchess had made, unfortunately, a rather critical error. She had drawn some assumptions based on facts and evidence, but her assumptions were faulty. She was under no threat. The paranoia of a woman long in power, accustomed to schemings. And so she sent the corporal back to his outpost and asked him to save her duchy from an attack that would never come. Well, when he returned, he could not help but doubt the wisdom of the Duchess, who had not seen the fortifications he had built, knew not how much work he had done and how well protected this facility was. And yet he could not disobey his liege. He was, after all, Tencha, steeped in hierarchy, and deeply, deeply committed to the notion of feudal life, the loyalty of a vassal to his lord or lady, that sort of thing. Well, he returned back. Things appeared normal enough, except for that rising, prickling feeling up the back of his neck. What in the world was going on? It only got worse as the evening progressed. He ate his meal in silence, as he usually did. He said his evening devotionals to High Lord Tencha. He called her such. Of course, she's no High Lord, merely a demigod of alienator, but that's neither here nor there. He said his evening rituals and prepared himself for bed. Well, he had just lied down when he bolted right back up. So stark was the message from Tencha. Something terribly amiss. He was compelled to act, so uncomfortable the feeling. And he took out one of his special possessions. Yes, he had acquired a revolver from one of the faster-moving lands. He took it out tonight and placed the bullets inside the chambers and strode forth in his crisp corporal's uniform out into the compound, tidy everywhere. A well-run ship, no doubt. Not a place where rules violation was likely to be tolerated, but not also a place where everything always went as planned. And when Corporal Wisdom rounded the side of the barn on that evening, protected within the tall, sturdy walls of the fortress, well, there's no stopping a god from getting in. And it was Jenkins, right? The wife of his right-hand man. She sat Astraddle in Crpl, nude in the moonlight. Of course, Corporal pulled his revolver and fired. So there were no bullets left, but Crpl was long gone, and little Jenkins sat in the dust, sobbing. There was a trial, but the trials of Tinsha require absolute silence from the individual accused. In this case, Little Jenkins, accused of the most foul crimes. Not only adultery, but additionally communing with the evil one. Now, adultery enough is sufficient cause for death under detention guidelines. Adultery with improper Crpl is grounds for excommunication and more. Little Jenkins was unable to keep her peace throughout the whole trial. She was accused of adultery, so it came up for one thing. He never even consummated the marriage, she said. I don't think he likes women. Well, you can imagine the terror that filled Corporal Wisdom's heart that day. And the shame when he experienced, was it relief? When Jenkins, the male Jenkins, upon hearing his wife's public condemnation, pulled forth a dagger from inside his suit chest, stabbed straight up through the bottom of the chin into the skull, killing himself instantly. Well, there was nothing else to be said. The Jenkins woman had broken the code. She'd spoken during her own defense. Any right to trial was forfeit. And after what had happened to Jenkins, he was not intending to wait. Within an hour, he stood cross-armed, smiling with grim satisfaction at the woman's screams as the flames consumed her flesh. So it was. Such were the laws. So, it's not entirely surprising, then, that when a lone bishop appeared at the gates on a tired horse, a bishop of the Church of Squalor itself, that Corporal Wisdom was occupied and did not notice, until an underling came and reported that a cleric was present who demanded a fresh horse. Corporal Wisdom insisted he be stopped, but it was too late. He had already drifted away into the night. That bishop, I guess his horse wasn't as tired as he had thought. Elias Cork, on his way to nowhere and back, for reasons only he and his father can understand.